Hey everybody, I'm gonna do something a little bit cool, a little bit strange, a little bit weird. I'm planning my business out. I am stuck at a certain point where my current mental framework is not helping me progress my business to the next level. I am trying to fulfill my first deal. I'm stuck at the fulfillment. I have tried building my own bots. My customers are not very impressed with the bots. I'm not very impressed with the bots I have built for myself. That made me realize that it's a tough and long skill set in order to get the technology down, get the voice flow, bot press, integrations, Zapier, Stack AI, get all of these down and be able to create a product so good that you can sell it, you can solve a problem. Especially for myself, not coming from a tech background. So I have a few options. Either I learned this hard skill set myself. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying either I learn myself or I go find somebody to collaborate with who understands technology. They know how to build bots. They know how to use prompt engineering. They know how large language models work, neural networks. Leverage somebody who has this specialty, get them to partner with me, work with me so we can build a prototype and I can go and pitch and sell these prototypes. I also need to build credibility in this industry if I were to sell something. There's a lot of people out there cold calling, trying to make the first sale. I realize that it's not really a long term strategy. Yes, I have done it myself for the past decade. I have spent doing sales for real estate. I call them the one timers. You bring a proposal in, you close one time deal, and you don't talk to that customer ever again. You're just making that quick buck. What is where the money is? It's in long term. If you can build a business that increases the lifetime value of a customer, let's say from one deal, $2,500, because you have done such a good job, they find value in what you're selling, and they keep on coming back to you, and you keep on following up with them, and they become your customer for a lifetime. They might spend $50,000 to $100,000 with you on improving their businesses. And now I have to put on my strategic hat. And one of the best strategic thinkers in history is Napoleon Bonaparte. And what I'm doing now is to get Napoleon Bonaparte to help me come up with a plan to target this industry. And I have started doing it a few days ago. And I would like to go in there and readjust and revise it so that I get a better plan happening. I'm going to walk you through the process of how I came up with a plan. And from here on, I'm also going to keep revising it and you get to watch me work. Like I said, it's a first time I'm doing this. It's a very strange episode. Let's see where this takes us. What I did here originally was I asked Napoleon, I asked ChatGPT to play the role of Napoleon so that it can give me some ideas on how to overcome my problem of getting to my first delivery because I'm stuck. And there's so many different paths I can do. And I also found a framework that Napoleon was doing, which was highly intriguing for me. Take a look here. This is what Napoleon does. He would calculate all the possibilities accurately, making utmost mathematical exact allowances for accidents. Decimal more or less may alter everything. That's his principles, the framework that he based his strategic planning on. And this guy has spent so much time planning every single possibility, every single scenario, that I think if we adopt his strategies into this new field here, we're going to have a pretty high probability of staying in the game for a long term. So take a look at his thought process. Gather intelligence, strategic planning, risk assessment, flexibility, adaptation, swift decision making. So this is, for example, he gathered information. Napoleon's scouts provide intelligence on the enemy's troop numbers, artillery, as well as information on the local terrain and weather forecasts. He identifies the variables. The variables include troop numbers, artillery, strength, weather conditions, rain, fog, or clear skies. It's quite interesting. You will see that it's just like coding programming. He's essentially planning the war in variables. What are the key variables that would help him win the war? He would try to anticipate that. Develop potential scenarios. Napoleon creates scenarios like front assault, flanking maneuvers, or surprise night attacks, considering different combinations of troop movement and weather conditions. I can see him going over maps and studying the detail of the territory very carefully and try to play out all these different scenarios on a piece of paper or on a table, burning the midnight oil. I can totally see him doing that. Says probabilities. Based on intelligence report, historical data, and his knowledge of the enemy's tactics, Napoleon assigns probabilities to each scenario's likelihood occurring. Let's say if there's 10 scenarios, he would say top 3, there's probably 80% chance that this will happen. But he has already accounted for 7 other ones, which could also happen, but a very slim chance. He is not allowing for any mistakes. Evaluate outcomes. For each scenario, Napoleon considers potential outcomes, casualties, territory gains, and impact on enemy morale. So that's the positive and the negatives, pros and cons. Prioritizing strategy. Now this is where he prioritizes strategies that offer the highest chance of success while considering the overall objectives of the campaign. First you have the objective, the overall objective, and then you have the probable scenarios, let's say 1 to 10, and then you assess the probabilities of everything happening, and then you evaluate the pros and cons, the outcomes, and then you would then offer the highest chance of success. What that means is give it a success score. Let's say scenario 1 success score is 20, scenario 2 success score is 30. Let's say scenario 2 happens 80% of the time, and scenario 1 happens 20% of the time, but yet the success score is higher for scenario 2. And now he has to think, how do I raise the bar for scenario 2 so that it's more probable? So he's looking at it from multiple different dimensions here. And that's what I would like to strategize and focus on whenever I'm planning this business for myself. Okay, let's move on. Plan contingencies. Interesting. So he would develop contingency plans to address possible changes in the weather or unexpected enemy reinforcement. I remember speaking to a highly intelligent and strategic friend of mine. She would always plan out at least 10 scenarios. She would actually not do much. She would just plan different scenarios in her head. But here's the thing. She would always get what she wants all the time. She actually gets what she wants all the time. And that's just insane. Before I met her, I didn't know how strategic a person can be. But after I had known her, she kind of blew my mind. And now I realize that these people are highly strategic. And that's the reason why they're winning. They don't rely on luck. Luck, based on what Napoleon Bonaparte is saying, it's the genius in taking advantage of chance. Again, luck is a genius in itself, taking advantage of chance. That's it. Okay. All right. So based on these, I'm going to copy this and I'm going to go here to the problem expert, because this is where I start talking to Napoleon. I've been talking to Napoleon for a few days now, just trying to figure out what is the best way to get the campaign. But what I have done is pretty interesting. Let me show you. Here's what I said. I want you to show me how you would execute it step by step if you were Napoleon and your mission is to win the war. I want to see you personally take action, how you spend your time, how you gather information, what framework you would use to do step-by-step process. I want it to be concrete, that it feels as if I'm watching a documentary movie, having this played out. So this is a very powerful prompt. It will give me exactly how this person might do something. All right, so it's kind of funny now. It breaks everything down into episodes. Episode 1, the reconnaissance. Scene 1, market understanding. Scene 2, customer exploration. Scene 3, competitive scouting. Strategy planning. Scene 1, war room. Scene 2, resource allocation. Right, the first assault, siege, spreading propaganda, the invasion, outreaches, sales, winning allies, networking, evaluation, iteration. So this is how he goes in and plans everything step by step. Okay, it's asking me if there's any niches. I said, sure. Real estate teams doing more than 500K, property managers, Airbnb hosts, e-commerce companies, real estate firms like brokerages, pre-sale company, developer. They are a pretty wide range. So what he does, he says, okay, let's use Porter's 5 forces. If you look at what Porter's 5 forces is. Porter's 5 forces model. If you take a look at this, this is a model analyze the 5 competitive forces. All right, let's see how this works. Okay, that's actually 4. Where's the 5th one? Weird. There you go. New entrant, threat of existing substitutes, power of customers, power supplies, competition in the industry. So that's what you want to analyze. And for our AAA industry, it's pretty interesting. So far, there's not a lot of competition. There's a lot of new entries. There's not really existing substitutes at the moment. I think there's software to go around, but not really a lot. Actually, you're wrong. I was wrong. There's actually substitutes for us. They're startup companies that already figure out the game, and they are in the, I would say, B2B business, dealing with bigger enterprises. Power of supplies, competition in the industry. There you go. So that's Porter's 5. So it says, let's evaluate Porter's 5. So you get a better market understanding, and you do some customer explorations. You talk to people, which is exactly what I've done. Competition scouting, and then you would scout the competition, go talk to them, figure out the strength, weakness, so you can figure everything out here. Okay, and it said, does this level of detail? No, I want it to be more detailed, so it's going to give me more detail. Boom, research using platforms. Okay, great. It would give me more of a detailed approach, and I said, yes, this detail is good, I like it, give me everything. And then afterwards it says, I want you to rebuild the approach that Napoleon would take with the above improvement. So I was critiquing it. I was like, hey, would you mind critiquing this plan? Okay, so I start critiquing this plan right here. Okay, building digital presence. Develop a brand identity. Website is crucial, but might not need to take out as much time as 10 days. Okay, wow, it's like, it's trying to increase its IQ. Okay, let's rebuild it. And now it's giving me some kind of rebuild, day 1 to day 5. Napoleon's game, giving insight. Here's a revised version of Napoleon's game plan. Okay, great. There's a revised version. Episode 1, market research. Okay, I want you to base on this, create an OKR, which is objective key results. It's like a project management tool so that you can figure out what the objectives are. You have your key results that you want to accomplish during the objectives, and you have multiple milestones for your key results that you would need to accomplish to get your objectives. Okay, I was telling it, I started doing this for 3 weeks already. So what can we do? Okay, so it's broken down all the OKRs for me. What are my milestones? Right? What are my key objectives? What should I be focused on? Great. I also said I need some mental frameworks to comprehend this, meaning that I'm building a business, but also speaking to a outline, I'm not sure what that means. He's recommending me to build inbound market. There you go. Somebody's recommend me, Kyle, is recommend me to build a media game first, inbound marketing first, before I build it outbound. So there is a reasoning behind that. Building business, especially with a compounding. The sooner you start, the sooner you compound. Let's see. So now it's kind of telling me the reason. I think that's a little bit unnecessary, but okay, let's do this way. This is actually pretty interesting. I want you to give me 5 scenarios based on the framework Napoleon uses, which I will input below. So I want you to ask me if you're not clear before you continue. Okay with that? Most important thing about this whole prompt engineering is to make sure that AI has a higher IQ and it doesn't hallucinate. And that's going to be a little bit challenging. But let's see what we can do. Okay. Whoa. The ChatGPT 4. Oh, yeah, it is ChatGPT 4. Crazy. I thought that was ChatGPT 3 before. Sure. However, we need context. What? Okay, so it's asking me questions, try to find out more specific context situation. Can you provide me a context or situation? Are these scenarios pertaining to your AI agency and its growth facing particular challenges? Yes, this is for my AI automation agency and its growth. Going back to the previous conversations, I'm facing the challenge of delivering my product and building an actual profitable business. There you go. Okay, let's see. Give me a few scenarios. Okay, entering the real estate market with a high value AI product. All right, gather information. Okay, key players, pain point real estate, the types of technology currently used and what areas. Identify variables, key variables, willingness of real estate agencies to adopt new tech. Oh, sweet. The budget they might have for such tools. This is actually super freaking cool, man. I actually never thought of that. Identify key variables. Key variables might include the willingness of real estate agencies to adopt new technology, the budget they may have for such tool. Yeah, that's the key variable. I done something very stupid. I started doing presentations without even determining if they have enough budget to do it, and that was such a waste of time. I heard that the easiest way to figure out their budget is to see if they do any marketing or not, which is true. The bigger the team, the more marketing budget they had. When I ran a 6-people team, I think I was spending $50,000 to $80,000 a year on marketing. It was just, I don't know if it worked or not. I didn't even know marketing that well. I just put out newspapers, bus benches. That's all I did. Social media agencies I hired. Yeah, I think this could work. Potential scenarios. Okay, based on these variables, Napoleon might envision a scenario where his agency develops a high-value AI product tailored to real estate agencies, which I'm doing right now, which will automate time-consuming processes and increase the efficiency and probability. That's exactly the model that we're going for, conceptually. Assess probabilities, the likelihood of the scenarios, such as the team can evaluate outcomes, potential outcomes. Okay, it's kind of like giving me these open-ended answers. Scenario 2. I said, how many scenarios? I think you give me 5 scenarios. It only gave me 2 scenarios. Okay. I want you to give me 5 scenarios. You have only provided me 2. I would like you to provide me the Fermi estimate answers to assessing probabilities, evaluate outcomes, prioritize strategies, and plan contingencies. I also want you to come from a Alexander the Great perspective and critique the plans that Napoleon Bonaparte has made and improve upon it. This is kind of interesting now. Let's see. Let's continue with 3 more scenarios. Let's use Fermi estimate to provide some assessments. The rough calculations, I will also critique each scenario. Great, let's do it. Okay, scenario 3, gather information. Okay, Airbnb host market. So it's going down the list of the different markets I was providing. Key variables, tech savviness, potential benefits. Scenario could be agency develops an AI tool that handles booking management, property maintenance scheduling, and other tasks for Airbnb hosts. And would they find a group of early adopters who are open to technology advancement? There's 4 million Airbnb hosts worldwide. If we estimate 10% to be open to technology advancement, okay, great. Now it's giving me some numbers right here. Evaluate outcomes. Positive outcomes include unique market position, building brand reputation. Negative outcomes could be lack of interest due to cost or complexity of the tool. I think that's the biggest problem that I was facing, was to underestimate the complexity of the tool and the expensiveness of the tool. In strategy would be to create user-friendly, valuable AI solutions. While Napoleon focuses on early adopters as strategy, Alexander might suggest looking for ways to create alliances, interesting, or partnerships to foster growth. For example, partnering with Airbnb itself or with companies that service Airbnb hosts, which could amplify the agency's reach and credibility. This is totally amazing. I love it. That's what Alexander would do, hey? Yeah, see, now it's increasing the different possibilities. It's funny how Napoleon looked up to Alexander. Facing resistance in property management market. Again, I give it 5 markets. Napoleon would research property management companies and their current plans, pain points, variables, okay, develop potential scenarios. Then let's see the scenarios. Napoleon's agency could face resistance while trying to introduce AI solution in property management market due to their established process and potentially limited budget. What does that mean? Okay, that means they don't make property managers don't make a lot of money. That's what it means. Let's say if you're managing 10 properties, what you make a couple $150, $200 a month. You make $2,000. You make $2,000 a month, right? $200 per unit. You're not making a lot of money out there. So you have to find bigger companies. You value outcomes. The agency could struggle to sell solution in this market due to resistance. Struggle to define a unique value proposition for e-commerce. Okay, great. Plan contingencies. If resistance is too strong, a contingency plan could be shift focus to different niche or to offer a par down approach. Okay, so these are contingencies. Wow, I love it. So you have multiple contingencies, you have multiple strategies, evaluate outcomes, prioritizational strategies, planning contingencies while Napoleon assesses the risk opportunities. Alexander might suggest I love it, more aggressive approach, such as offering the irresistible deal to early adopters to quickly establish I love it, in the market and create case studies that can be used. Oh my God, this is the exact approach I was going for. Are you serious? This is so funny. My team and I we started trials with one of our customers, and our goal is to get as much case studies as possible. That's what we're doing, man. This is funny. I feel like there's so many goosebumps. Struggle to define unique value proposition. Okay. Gather info, yada, yada, yada. Okay. Anyway, let's put this. All right. Let's put this into an OKR with specific milestones and into calendar where I'm working Monday to Fridays, 10 hours a day, where my day is broken down into 3 segments. Morning session between 9 to 12. Noon session between 1 to 4. Session between 5 to 8 to 9. This to be an execution plan. Both Napoleon and Alexander would agree a point. One of them disagrees with his plan. You have him critique person. They both are in agreement. Conversation cannot be finished. We'll continue the conversation in the next thread. Cool. Establish profitable agency, strong brand balance. Okay. Key results. Okay. 3 key results. Great. Comprehensive market research. Develop AI solutions. Okay. Cool. Week 1 to 12. Search. Wait, what? Okay. Whoa. What's going on? So week 1 to 12. Hold on. Week 1, 12. Fuse it with the weeks. 12 weeks in 1 quarter. Then why do you give me week 1 to 12? It's confusing. Okay. Week 1, week 13. Okay, let's say, whoa. Q1. Oh, it's giving me like Q1. Jesus. Okay. Let's speed this process up, man. Okay. Morning session. Deep dive. Industry reports. 9 to 12. Afternoon. Customer discovery calls. Interesting. Yeah, that's what I did before nighttime. Summarize learnings. Update scenarios. Refine niche selection strategies. Product development. Work with developer team on AI solutions. Develop branding, marketing, sales approach. Night sessions. Continue customer discovery. Start building relationships. Gather feedback. Love it. Product launch and sales. Conduct sales presentations. Negotiate offers. Oversee product implementation and customer inquiries. Okay, remember that is generalized plan. Napoleon will agree on this plan. Meanwhile, Alexander favoring decisive action, would agree to a goal-oriented nature of the plan and the focus aggressive market entry. Okay. I want you to refine this for Q3 2023. I have started entering into this industry on July 7th, and today is July 31st. Have went out, got customers, done presentations, but now I'm stuck on service delivery and team building. I want you to recreate the plan and make it 10 times bolder based on what Napoleon and Alexander would do. Also want you to take into consideration the scenarios that Napoleon have done and make sure you give me a by-step breakdown of the milestones it takes to get there. Giving you an update of considering input, Alexander the Great. Okay, objective, thriving agency, awesome. Satisfy customers. Okay, 30, whoa. And have 30 successful customers. Wow, that's bold, man. Okay, wow. I'm like, bold. Bold plan. Have a strong customer pipeline for 100 customers. Great. Morning session, review current client expectations, service delivery and team building. Okay, so it just kind of goes into service delivery and team building. The scope, identify gap in the delivery, research AI, start hiring process. Afternoon sessions, interview potential team members, define roles, responsibilities, develop a finalized service delivery process. Amazing. So this is the bold plan. Morning session for September, supervise, assist team. Noon, conduct follow-up, client, collect feedbacks. Nighttime, you build a system. Interesting. So at night, I would just build the frameworks for business. Customer pipeline expansions. Morning session, Start a marketing campaign, promote. Wow, great. So better have some money coming in, and you put all that money back into the business again to make it more profitable. I wonder where is the, I got it. This is Monday to Friday. I have Saturday and Sunday for my media strategies. Awesome. Okay, anyway, I think I'm done with this. What I'm going to do is to implement, either, to review, implement, or do some execution on this plan, and then I would just go back and revise it from time to time just to see how this plan works. And obviously this plan is super bold, massively bold. It needs a total different framework for me to hit this. I think it might be even more important to figure out what kind of framework will help me get 30 successful customer implementations by September. That means by the end of that means 2 months, get 30 customers, 2 customers a day. It's doable. I have done it in real estate before. It just requires a lot of setup to build up the platform, to be able to have the inbound coming in. It requires a big team to be able to do it. I done it after years in real estate, but I don't know if I can do it in 2 months. But let's see what happens. If I can't do this, maybe I'll have 2 or 3 plans. I'll have a more aggressive plan. I'll have a normal plan. I'll have a worst case scenario plan. Maybe I should do that. Okay, this looks great. You just have given me a bold plan. I want you to do the same thing, except this time give me a normal plan and a backup plan. I want you to ask me questions if you're not clear before you answer. Is that okay? All right, let's see what it says. This is actually pretty interesting. I think I am almost done here. My brain is fried. I've been working since 6 a.m. today. Oh, you have more questions. Just to clarify, normal plan, okay? Moderate, yes. So smart. You are getting smarter. That's exactly what I meant. Moderate pace plan. Not so ambitious. The backup plan would be accounting for potential setbacks, obstacles, exactly, and unforeseen issues with technology and challenges. Exactly it. And now it's going to give me a moderate pace plan. It's going to give me the milestones. All right. Milestone 1, Q4, backup plan. Okay, great. Milestone 2, week 1 to 2. And later on, I can go back and readjust. So based on these plans, now give me a schedule, give me a calendar, and input into my calendar exactly what I have to do on a daily basis. And what's more important, what's really amazing would be, I can always come back here after evaluating my calendar. Okay, on a weekly basis, I can just input it, copy and paste it back, and give an update and let the Napoleon Alexander know what happened this week. How close am I to the goal? Am I going to be bold or moderate or very slow hitting difficulties? So this way I can interact and engage with ChatGPT 4 to fine tune my processes to get to the very bold goal of either getting 30 clients by the end of September or at least have 1 happy customer with a full-on delivery of services. All right, thank you so much for watching. Again, this is my strategic planning session. I just want to share some tools with all of you guys. And again, I want to bring you as much value as possible. Make sure you press that little bell, subscribe to this channel. There's going to be so many creative and good stuff coming. If you like this video, make sure you comment. If not, feel free to do this yourself. If you want the prompts, ask me in the group chat. I'll just copy and paste the prompts for you. All right? Heck, why don't I do it now? I want you to generate me a master prompt to get to this point in the process, or a YouTube audience in case the audience wants to duplicate my process for their business. I want this prompt to be as detailed as possible and to give an accurate understanding of our previous conversations. Okay, there you have it. You have it. Now the prompt is auto-generating. You don't even have to worry about it. I'll just copy and paste this prompt into a comment below. This is my usual strategy planning session. I don't plan on doing a video like this. If you really like it, make sure you like or subscribe and let me know you like this content so I can do more. Thank you guys. Have yourself a good day and good luck on your venture.